So it's the day after my transfer and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm having, you know, some light cramping and stuff, but that's to be expected when they shove a tube up into your uterus. But I'm feeling good, just trying to take it easy still. I was basically like bed resting yesterday, even though my clinic doesn't necessarily make you do that or ask you to do that. Mike took the day off yesterday, and so he was hanging out with Luke all day. Today Mike is back at work. I'm just trying not to lift Luke. So like I just had Mike lay Luke down for a nap so he could do kind of the heavy lifting for that. So, and I'm just trying to take it easy. I'm just gonna sit on my butt and watch TV or something while he's napping, which is hard for me because there's so much that I could be doing during nap time, but it's okay, time and place. But I wanted to say, so yesterday I was talking with a friend, and it occurred to me that because I took a trigger shots have HCG in them, because I took a trigger shot, I may end up getting a false positive if I take a pregnancy test. And so I decided my way around that would be, I just ordered a bunch of pregnancy tests from Amazon. I didn't order anything fancy. I didn't do like the expensive fancy brands that you can buy. I just bought like the really cheap little stick ones, just because I'm not looking for like early detection necessarily. I'm looking for HCG lines fading so that I know when the HCG is out of my body. So I bought a pack of, I think, 20. So I started, it's not morning, but I got them today, so I just took it when it got here. It's early afternoon right now. So I just took a test, and then I'm going to continue taking them every day, I think, through the 2-week wait, I guess. Hopefully to see HCG levels leave, and hopefully to see HCG levels come back, pregnancy hormone. So I'm going to take a look at this test. It's been 5 minutes. Okay, so here's the test. I don't even see a line there. If there is a line there, it is very faint. Let's take it over by the window. I just don't even really see a line, which tells me that that trigger shot is gone. And that next time I see a positive, it should be an actual, I'm having a hard time focusing, should be an actual pregnancy test positive. Yeah, if there is a line there, it is very faint, like so faint to the point where I feel like I'm kind of making it up. To be honest, it's like when I turn it to the edge like this and kind of look at it, that's where I see the line, is like along the edge. So because I paid like nothing for these basically, I'm just gonna keep taking them every day through my cycle, and then we'll see, hopefully we'll see a positive. Yeah, I think there's something there, but it's really faint. Anyway, I'm gonna keep taking these through my cycle, or through my 2-week wait, just to make sure that I'm not seeing any HCG in these first couple days, because obviously you're not gonna get a positive pregnancy test in the first few days. And then hopefully we'll get a positive pregnancy test in a little while. My friend who did a transfer last week, she took a pregnancy test 7 days after her transfer and got a positive. Yay! So she's a little worried it's the hormones, but because hormones can do funky things to your body. But I didn't know you could get a positive pregnancy test that early, so we'll see how long it takes for me to get a positive. But anyway, I'm just gonna keep taking these every day, and we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed. So I have taken 3 of the HCG tests for the purposes of seeing the trigger shot leave, and you can see that top one has a slight line, and then the other 2 really don't. So I would venture to say that the HCG trigger shot is now out of my system. So I was gonna take the HCG, the pregnancy test, just my entire 2-week wait, the entire 12 days that I have to wait until my beta test, but I decided not to, just because I kind of want to, I don't really want it to be a surprise, but I want to be able to like sit down and know that I'm taking a pregnancy test to make sure that I'm looking for a pregnancy. The HCG is obviously out of my system from the trigger shot, so next time I take a test that's positive, it should be pregnancy. So I'm going to take a couple days off. I haven't quite decided when I'm going to take a pregnancy test, but it is going to be before my beta test. My friend that just had a transfer like the week before me, she just had her beta test, and her results came back really not hopeful. Her HCG level came back at 32, and they hoped, she does it on day 9. At that point, they hope to see it above 100. So she will go back in a few days and have it retested. It's just hard because there's just so many things that can go wrong. So even when you see that positive pregnancy test, it may not mean good things necessarily. In my experience, this, you know, back in February and March when I was doing this, with me getting a positive pregnancy test, but then having it be a blighted ovum, so no baby. And you don't know that until you go in for the ultrasound, so you go for a few weeks thinking that you're pregnant. So as much as I am going to take a pregnancy test, it's hard to take it and be like completely joyful and completely like into thinking that you're actually going to be pregnant and actually going to have a baby and the whole thing, because with my experience that I had and with my friend having her experience just this past week, it's just hard to like take that for what you see it as. So I do plan to take a pregnancy test, but we'll see. I mean, we'll just see. I mean, if it's positive, I'm going to be happy because that's a step in the right direction, but it's hard to really know how I'm going to react. I mean, I want to take a pregnancy test because if it's negative, I'd like to have that preparation, like mentally. But if it's positive, it's kind of hard to totally like get excited. I hope you guys understand that. I hope you're not thinking that I'm being like ungrateful or something. I'm still hoping for a positive pregnancy test, but it's just kind of a weird situation. And so anyway, hoping to move forward, hoping for a positive pregnancy test, hoping that this actually turns into like a good beta number and a good ultrasound and a good pregnancy and everything goes perfectly like it did with Luke. So we'll see. We're still hoping. And as of right now, I feel great. So we'll see. I still have no idea what day I'll take the pregnancy test, but it will be before my beta test will be.